Are you alive?
No.
Does is living in land of living?
Baby Han is so cute.
Han in general, he's been very cute.
Yeah.
He's so communicative and talkative and just involved in so many things.
That's good.
Alrighty. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah.
What else is there?
Da-ba-da-da-da. Good morning. Good morning
So
to
just good
you.
morning. Good morning, everybody. It's Eugene
And Marie.
and we're back again for
I can't even. Half awake, fully caffeinated. I thought you were gonna go for like an episode number. It's like I can't begin to tell you. Once we got past 10,
we're at like 20 something.
you're lying.
28? No, 29. Probably 29.
You're lying.
I'm not lying.
I thought we were still in the teens.
No, we're very far in.
Wow.
Very far in. Anyways, per usual, we are discussing two coffee topics, two non-coffee topics. And the premise is that it's 5 a.m. and we're half awake and we're currently caffeinating. And yeah.
Amen.
Amen. Amen. So we're trying to take these subjects in the simplest way possible and impart it upon you, the viewers. So if you find this interesting, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, those three things. There's other things that you can do, but that's up to you. But today's topics, I believe my topic was, God, what was it?
What was it?
Oh, coffee enemas. You sick fuck. Like, who the fuck? What? What?
I'm sorry, it's the only thing that came to my mind
Yeah,
that day.
totally understandable. And then what's your coffee question?
My coffee question is there an appropriate time to drink coffee during Thanksgiving dinner to combat the sleepies?
The sleepies. El Sleepos.
El
Yeah.
Sleepos.
And then my non-coffee question is up here. And it is corn mazes. The history of corn mazes. Which actually there is a history.
I knew it!
I honestly was not anticipating.
I
Like,
knew
I
it.
was just like, oh, it just kind of showed up and appeared wrong.
Wrong. Very
History.
wrong.
History exists.
History exists for
Yeah.
reasons, people.
For reasons.
My non-coffee question was... Okay, I'm sorry for giving you shit because I know. I immediately forgot what mine is.
I don't know if I did a great job of the Mexico.
For
My recipe.
your recipe.
I think I might have needed to let it bloom quite a bit longer, actually. It definitely tastes like I
Yeah,
did not.
Bloom bomb.
Bloomberg.
Bloomberg. Oven roast turkey, deep fried turkey, smoked turkey.
Ah, of the three choices.
Of the three choices.
Leaning into the holidays, everybody. All right, so I think I'll start. Because corn mazes
Corn mazes.
are important and they're interesting. And so obviously mazes in general existed for quite some time.
That's your timer.
Okay, sorry, my bad. We need to wait for a timer.
Okay, go.
My bad. Oh God. Yeah, so mazes obviously have existed for centuries. The ancient examples like the Cretan labyrinth, and then the modern corn mazes, interestingly enough, when do you think it was created? Like, when do you think the first corn maze ever showed up in the United States?
Corn maze?
Yeah, corn maze.
In the United States.
In the United States.
1901.
Modern corn maze is what the designation is. And no. 1993.
Whoa!
1993 was the first time the modern corn maze was introduced, and they made it to celebrate the 25th anniversary of The Shining.
Wow.
So corn mazes
They're not
is a
that old.
90s thing, dude.
It's a
Like
90s
it's
thing.
our I don't know entirely. My generation couldn't have created it, but we were born into it.
I was born into it.
Yeah, we were.
Wow.
Yeah, we were the '90s kids that came corn maze up, and so it was created by an individual named Don France and Adrian Fisher who designed it, and it was to celebrate the iconic maze scene where Jack Nicklaus?
Sure. The Shining is the one with the hotel, right?
Yeah, Jack Nicklaus.
Jack
Right?
Nichols.
Jack. That's a golfer, I think. Anyways, it's when the crazy dude is in the maze and shit like that. And so, because of how absolutely popular it was and how easy it was to do with corn already, so it's one of these things where it's like you already have a massive field of corn that's going to get plowed anyway, so why not turn that field into a maze before you shut everything down? It got really popular.
1990 when?
1993.
3.
Which is wild for me. And let's see, it was about 1.92 miles of pathway for the first one, and it was so exciting and so cool that all other farms and so on started to do that. And so I looked into significant corn mazes. Significant corn mazes. And so the first corn maze, Cool Patch Pumpkins Maze, in Dixon, California, is recognized by the Guinness World Records of being the largest temporary corn maze in the world.
Wow.
Yeah. That is a Guinness World Record that is not weird, so that's why I didn't show up. And then there's the Richardson Adventure Farm in Illinois, Spring Grove, Illinois. And it is known for being one of the largest and most intricate mazes ever, and every year they do a different theme. So, space, fantasy, famous historical figures. They do like a Mount Rushmore. I don't know if they do that actually.
That'll be insane.
A Mount Rushmore corn maze.
That'll be a lot.
Trade-in farm corn maze out in Lodi, Wisconsin. Again, elaborate. There's a lot of artistic designs, and they are regarded with they have high regard for the aesthetic appeal of the maze itself. Davis Mega Maze in Sterling, Massachusetts. Same thing, interactive, fun, large. So all of these are just kind of like how can you make them better, how bigger and intricate. And then Maze Quest Corn Maze. And this is how you asked me was mazes.
So the corn maze where I grew up was called the Amazing Maze.
Oh.
And that's why I made that joke.
Well, so interesting enough, the Maze Quest Corn Maze is in the United States and the UK. And they're known for educational themes. So you go in there and you're actually being educated about corn and dinosaurs and other things.
And dinosaurs?
Yeah, it's a whole educational experience. So it's kind of similar to like the space theme, but like space theme's just space. Well, I was like, this one would be like space and what you didn't know about space. Yes. Yes, of course.
I see. Would you like to know about when to drink coffee or turkey?
Let's do when to drink coffee.
Okay.
And then gobble gobble later.
Gobble gobble. Okay, when to drink coffee. Essentially, so the running theory is that you get sleepy from the L-tryptophan in turkey and things like that. Actually, not true. Not necessarily true. L-tryptophan does promote the production of melatonin, but it also promotes the production of serotonin. And so depending on when you're eating it, it will depend on when it promotes that. So the reason you're getting sleepy is just because you ate a bunch of food. Just like a shit ton of warm, cozy, comfort carb foods.
I love that.
And so with that, coffee can be, this is a short answer. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm pulling the weeds. The coffee is like immediately after, just kind of like you do normally for dinner, just as the post dessert thing. If you drink the coffee during the meal, the coffee contains anti-nutrients, which helps absorb things like minerals and stuff like that.
These are things that we did not know about coffee.
Yes.
So drinking coffee with breakfast?
I was curious about that too. I didn't research it further.
So we're fucking ourselves
over, yeah. Which is why I personally also, I have a much better time when I have my coffee after I've eaten something. I don't know if you've noticed with you when you eat breakfast versus drink coffee, but it's the the caffeine hits better. I don't feel weird. It's basically just it's a better overall experience for me.
So now we're digging into territory that I wasn't expecting to, but like there is a negative drawback of coffee when you're drinking it with food, because it could be blocking your micronutrients.
Yeah.
Huh. Wow.
There you go. Wow.
So,
I know.
but like potentially if you do it during Thanksgiving, could it be helping you like not absorb all the calories and just poop it out?
You know, I didn't ask the internet that.
We need a real professional for this.
We do need a real professional for the
Just be
dietitian
like,
to be
what
like,
the
yeah,
fuck
like,
are you smoking?
when is the appropriate time to drink coffee? Because I guess, yeah, if you're not really concerned about absorbing all of the good stuff that you're eating in your food, yeah, eat it. Drink it.
Drink it while you're doing it.
While you're eating it, and then do it. But like, if you're wanting, it's also the concept of like the social aspect of it. If you're drinking coffee after the meal, it's like you're still socializing, you're still chatting with people, you're still kind of stimulating the brain.
Well, I guess I gotta wonder, because I know some people that do Thanksgiving dinner and they start at like 1 o'clock and it just goes until the end of the day. So it's like you eat and then you come back and then you peck again and you go away and then you come back. And so I think in that case it makes sense.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't know about the coffee blocking nutrients.
Me neither.
Anti-nutrient.
Anti-nutrient, yeah, and I didn't do any further research into it because I was like, this is interesting. I'm not gonna look into it anymore.
You should have
I should have dove.
You should have like absolutely.
I should have dove into it. I know. Maybe that'll be a question for another time.
That's gonna be my next question.
Okay,
Fuck whatever
cool.
I was gonna do.
Yeah, fuck that.
We'll save that for next time, honestly. Keep going.
I mean, that's essentially it. I got 4 seconds left. It's up to you, but obviously this is a personal choice. But in short, after dinner's kind of the best time to do it.
That sentence had so much filler in it. That was like a 10-page essay that was filled with like a lot of ands, ifs, and therefore,
And henceforth and
henceforth.
hithertos and furthermores. I'm really good at adding those.
Oh yeah, you started school again, so now you have to. Honestly, I had no idea that coffee was an anti-nutrient, so eating it while you're doing Thanksgiving dinner could actually ruin Thanksgiving's like nutritional load.
Yeah, and you know, it's like the one meal a year that I eat, so
That's
it would
wild.
really throw me off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be fucked for a year.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. All right, so let's get into the gross, disgusting idea of coffee enemas.
Dark.
And at first, again, this is one of those ones where it's like, there's just gonna be like, oh, it happens, people do this stuff, it's fucking weird, but yeah, it does. No, it's not just something that happens and that people just do. I think first, thinking about the idea of enemas in general as like a medical treatment. It's been used for centuries, like forever. Like people have been doing enemas with water and medicine and stuff for a long time, and usually the like way back when it's like, oh, we're cleaning the toxins out of your body. Well, it's like now it's like we're ejecting your bowels so that we can shove a stethoscope in your butthole and then you can have a colonoscopy and stuff. So it's like
Medical.
the medical use today is to have you poop, and then the medical use back then is like, oh, it's a cure-all, it purifies, it does all these random things. And even then, I think, centuries ago, it was considered a kind of fringe.
Really?
I think it was a fringe
It's always been
treatment.
considered interesting.
At least to me, based on the research I was finding, it
Okay.
is more fringe-like. But it was very popular for enemas in the 19th century. And then in World War I is where they started to write about coffee-specific enemas. And nurses reported that when they used coffee for the enema, which I don't know why, they're like, oh, we don't have any clean water, so let's shove coffee
in there.
It would create a short window of pain relief when painkillers were not available. Although this evidence was anecdotal and it was never backed up, but that's why they were doing that in World War I.
Okay.
Popularization was by a dude by the name of Max Gerson, Dr. Max Gerson, a German American, and in the 1930s, he wrote about how he used enemas as a crucial component of a dietary regimen that was anti-cancer and would cure other chronic degenerative diseases. See, and as they go, Gerson claimed that the coffee enemas could help detoxify the liver and blood, and though these claims are not supported by mainstream medical science. So, if you put coffee in your butt, it'll make you healthier, is the thought.
If you put coffee in your butt, it will cure your cancer.
And this is the new viral coffee trend. I can't wait for somebody to just like come up on
New viral coffee trend!
I tried putting coffee in my butt, and do you have just coffee laying around and you don't want to drink it? Throw it in your ass.
Shoving coffee up your ass?
So currently, modern usage, it is used in fringe medicine, alternative health practices, as I was saying before. And it's also believed to have benefits of detoxification as part of a holistic health regimen. There's a lot of controversy and criticism, of course. The practice is lacking any scientific evidence other than it helps you poop and like clears it out. But you're kind of combining the help me poop with the possibilities of puncturing a intestine, I believe it's sort of intestinal damage. You could cause a bowel injury. You could also create an electrolyte balance because the frequent use of enemas, period, can disrupt your balance of electrolytes, and then your muscle function's all fucked up and stuff. And then there's always a possibility of infection because you're not a fucking medical professional. Are you cleaning the funnel that you put in your butt? Probably not, especially if you're doing it alternatively. And then a dependence. Because if you overuse enemas, there's a very high likelihood that you're not going to be able to poop regularly on your own because your intestinal lining starts to lose its like lubrication and stuff, and it's just like, well, you're going to shove coffee in me anyway, so fuck you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is the world we live in. That we've forcefully been injected into.
Don't get me wrong, like holistic medicine and things like that, I'm here for. I see it as it is not going to cure anything, but it's also, if you...
Just kind of fun to do.
It's fun, yeah.
Yeah, maybe not a coffee enema.
Maybe not a coffee enema to cure your cancer.
Just like a forewarning.
Just a forewarning, I'm gonna throw that out there. I am not a medical professional, but also no medical professional has said this.
Yeah, and I also have to say that, as individuals sharing this information, we have to make the preface that there are drawbacks of coffee enemas or enemas in general.
If anything, there are more hazards than benefits.
100%.
So next time you think about shoving coffee up your ass, just go, maybe not. Think of our faces. Think of our faces and go.
And our disappointment seeing you put a phone on your butt.
Yeah. We are judging you.
Daily.
We are.
All right. What was your other thing?
My other thing was turkey. Turkey.
Turkey.
Turkey.
The best turkey.
So I'm gonna be honest, you gave me 3 options. I only looked into 2 of the 3 options. So if you have anything to add about smoked turkey,
A lot of hair.
it's a cat.
Yeah, get that.
It's a cat hair.
Yeah,
It's
cat
not
hair.
my cat. I can't say it's my cat. Anyway, if you have anything to add about smoked turkey,
Do it now?
Yeah. Tell me about smoked turkey. What do you know about it?
I mean, smoked turkey is similar to other turkeys, but I think it's the benefit of smoked turkey is that you cook it low and slow so it doesn't like sear out all the juices as well. And in general, you have the smoky flavor that comes with it, and then if you do it like a spatchcock turkey where you split it in half and you put it on there, like it's a very even cook and it does a very good job. And yeah, there's obviously other ways of doing it, like putting fruit or putting like the stuffing underneath it or in it to keep it moist and so on. So
Does it get the smoked flavor? Does it get smoky flavor?
absolutely.
Okay.
It'll get the smoky flavor, and then Obviously, seasoning kind of depends because if you're smoking a turkey, the seasoning that you put on the turkey is going to be completely different than the turkey that you put in the oven. And so, in my opinion, I like the seasoning that goes on a smoked turkey more than a standard oven roasted turkey.
Okay.
But that's a personal preference.
That's a personal preference. And that is going to be honestly the answer to this in general. Which turkey is better? It is a personal preference. It is.
Vehemently disagree, but
there is okay. Well, then let me maybe
say your things, and then let's get into it.
But here's my thing: is food is subjective.
Correct.
I like my coffee. I like this coffee, but somebody else would be like,
It's too acidic. Blah.
you know,
Or it's not acidic enough.
Exactly.
It's not drying, or it's too drying.
yeah. So there's that. With the oven roasted turkey, it's the traditional way to do it.
It is traditional.
You got all of the options with spatchcocking. That's my impression of spatchcocking.
I don't even know why that would be there, because mine would be like.
Don't you have to like break the breastbone?
You have to break the sternum 100%.
Sternum.
But
Yeah,
like,
that's my impression of breaking
but
the
like
sternum.
breaking the sternum, but like I think the idea that behind spatchcock is like you go
Okay, I thought it was
little a, little b.
little a, little b.
Little a, little mostly b, but little a.
Okay.
But like the this is it goes from that
Goes from
it goes
that-
from legs and wings to legs and wings this way.
I see. So that is, if anything, that's kind of the biggest reason why it would be fluffies.
Pay attention.
That's the biggest reason why an oven roast turkey is the way to go. From my research, I've never had a deep fried turkey.
You haven't.
I haven't.
I guess the reason why I have such a
because
specific
you've had
preference is
it.
because I've done all three of these.
So you should have been answering those questions.
I should have been answering the
realistically.
question. I apologize that you haven't got to try a deep.
That's okay. I've heard from my research that it's really good. The white meat is moisture. The brown meat is way more flavorful. The skin is more likely going to be like crispy
Yes.
rather than slimy. And it also frees up oven space. Like doing it, you have the oven free for everything else. The downside is you don't have the drippings for gravy.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I almost never make gravy using the drippings. I only knew about that like in the recent past 5 years.
Oh really?
And I'm too lazy by the time it comes out to create the gravy.
Gravy.
Actually, I don't know. Maybe I have to.
Yeah.
Anyways.
How do you make gravy then? Do you just have a pre-made?
Actually, I think people just make the gravy. I usually do turkey and they make the gravy.
And you tell someone
outside
else
of
to
it.
bring the gravy.
Yeah,
That's
which is-
smart. That's a smart thing to do.
It's smart, but it's also like not traditional.
No.
But so I would say there's drawbacks. Obviously, smoking a turkey, probably about a 8 to, or like even just oven baking a turkey is an ordeal. But it's about a 24 hour ordeal if you want a really good smoked turkey.
Yeah.
Fried turkey is actually a lot shorter, but you have to know what you're doing, because if you take a frozen turkey, throw it into a hot vat of oil, you're gonna have a fire.
Well, yeah, and if you're dumb and you put two gallons worth of turkey and 2 gallons worth of hot oil in a 3-gallon container,
Yeah, you're gonna have overflow.
You're gonna have overflow, and then
Yeah.
you're gonna have a fire. That was
Yeah.
the biggest thing that people were like, "Don't fucking do that."
Yeah, so fried turkey is actually kind of dangerous, and it's not something that you should do unless if you know how to cook things in oil. Like you can take frozen fries and fry them in a fryer, that's totally fine, but a turkey is just this massive thermal load of coal thrown into a massive thermal load of hot, and it just explodes. And then you have oil, and a grease fire is a much harder fire to put out than
dangerous, sir.
normal fire. Yeah, and oven baked turkey takes up oven space, and in my opinion is very drying.
Yeah.
And is a very time intensive process. So you have to spend a lot of time opening it, basting it, and then trying to do it. And it's even then, if you baste it properly, you still get dry fucking turkey. It's just.
I'm coming to the realization that the cooking turkey is
fucking terrible.
Yeah, I understand why it's not frequently done.
Yeah.
There's one day a year where it's done.
Yeah.
You gotta violate that bird.
Yeah, you have to violate the bird, and then you have like even like getting it prepped like it's hard work because it's big. The tendons are tough. Like it's a much hardier bird than chickens, and so it's just like you're fighting for your life there.
Fighting for your
with
life.
a chicken or turkey.
With a giant chicken.
Giant medieval turkey.
Medieval turkey.
That being said, I personally think that smoked is the best way to do it.
Okay.
Because you have a moist turkey, it is the safest way to do it, and if you plan properly, you can do it the day before, and then like leave it, and obviously you can spray it and stuff, but like opening a smoker and like spraying and basting it versus like getting an oven, pulling it out, basting it, putting it back in, doing that over and over again, way better to me. I love the like just leave it and forget about it type of mentality too. The fryer you cannot leave and forget about.
You can't.
Because
It will
you have a
explode.
much shorter time window too. It's like 40 minutes I think of frying a turkey.
Really?
And if you 40-minute fry a turkey and then you go to 42, it's done. Like you're not gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be tough, really like hard.
Okay.
Like in general, it's better in terms of like moisture, but you
But if you
really
overcook
have
it
to
by-
cook it like right on
Perfect,
there.
okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And yeah, I also think oven roasted turkeys have always just been so dry.
Yeah.
Every time I get an oven roasted turkey, it's like just.
I think I've only ever had oven roasted turkey.
Yeah. The other, it's just the way the cookie crumbles, I guess.
It is.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's personal
There
preference.
is personal preference. I totally understand it. But if you're the kind of person that likes to eat dry turkey, what the fuck?
Maybe it reminds them of their grandma or something wholesome like that.
If you have to like drown it in 10 gallons of gravy. to
Yeah, what if
eat
that's
it,
the best part about it?
there's a texture thing there. Like
There's a texture thing.
instinctually,
Listen,
if you're eating cardboard, you're gonna hate it. Unless if you're that person that ate paste as a kid, which you know what, good for you. I'm not gonna judge you for that, but
I never.
you never had a friend that ate paste?
No.
Me neither. I missed out.
Yeah.
All right. So, questions for next time. My first question is the science of airports and how this science affects your travels during the holiday. Because there's got to be some method to the fucking madness. Like anyone from Utah, you know that the B gate setup and all that. Like what was the thought process there? Also, why is there only a moving sidewalk and that's it versus like maybe it'd be nice to have like a little bit of a transfer somewhere so that you can like actually take like maybe a little shuttle. And since we have so many terminals opening in Salt Lake City, why not have that shuttle now?
All I'm saying is that as it is right now, I don't understand how it is ADA appropriate, to be honest.
It's not.
Exactly.
It's like if you're a handicapped individual in Utah and you're trying to travel out of Salt Lake
Sucks
City,
to suck.
you're gonna have at least another 5 to 10 minutes of commuting.
Yeah.
It's not no.
No.
They just push them down the stairs. See, good luck. See you.
Bye.
It's like, or the elevator's all the way in the back in the corner, which is where we have to go with a kid. Okay.
So annoying.
What's yours?
My question for you is tell me about Guy Fawkes and any like conspiracy theories.
Guy Fawkes. All right, conspiracy theories about Guy Fawkes. All right, and so I was going to give you the top 10 airport coffee shops as the cover question, but I'm going to save that because now I know that coffee is an anti-nutrient, and I want more information about that. The top 10 coffee shops, we'll get there later.
Well, yeah, there. Can you tell that Eugene was traveling recently?
I was traveling. Also, I'm just foreseeing that a lot of people are going to be traveling in the next couple of months here because it is the season.
'Tis the season. Tell me about how instant coffee works. Like, how is it made and how does it work?
Okay, cool.
That's my coffee question.
All right. Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining. Thank you for listening or watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And topics, as always, if you ever have a topic.
I have a question that you
Let
really
us
want
know.
to have us summarize at 5 a.m. in 4 minutes.
Let us know.
Let us know.
Let us know. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.